Orlando Magic Basketball on Fox Sports Florida is brought to you by Simply Healthcare. The time is now to live the Simply life. And by the Central Florida Area Volkswagen Dealers.
Back to the Magic Postgame Report. I'm Jake Reyes.
I'm Dylan Walker.
And you're watching the Magic Postgame Report. Wow, what a game for the Orlando Magic as they steal Game 1 as DJ Augustin hits that clutch three with only 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Just, wow, what a game for the Magic as a huge upset for them. What say you, Dylan?
Yes, Jake. DJ Augustin did a wonderful job with the game-winning three, but you also have to give credit to the other Magic players too. They worked very hard to reach the playoffs, especially since a long 7 years of not reaching it. But they worked so hard, just as we did. NBA analysts, we worked really hard to reach this education. Actually, cut that. I worked hard the most, obviously. I mean, you probably had some, but, look at me, 10 years in this show, talking, entertaining you people, and, you're just here for a few months.
Okay, whoa, hold on. Stop it right there. What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say you're new, you're not that good, and look how you dress. You got Walmart clothes.
You're trying to say my pathway wasn't hard enough to get to this point? You don't think
Hell yeah!
I earned this position, first of all.
Oh.
First of all, I'm the funny one. You're the serious one. Everyone likes me. All right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I give the higher ratings.
It took me a lifetime to get to this position. You want to know my purpose and what my story?
Yeah, what is your purpose?
Okay,
huh?
you know what,
Mr. Reyes,
first of all, since the beginning, I've always been the one who loves to entertain friends, family, and even strangers. I've always been the entertaining guy. At the same time, I've always been the one who is just enjoyed basketball my entire life. It's always been my passion. It's always just been my livelihood. It's always thing that I've always looked forward to at the end of the night, watching basketball games with my father. So I thought, why not combine both? Why not entertain the crowd and spread the love of basketball? And there's my purpose there. I love to do both of those things. There's 5 things you need to know about me, Dylan. I'm futuristic, I'm competitive, I can adapt, I'm positive, and I believe.
Futuristic with those clothes?
I'm very futuristic, first of all. And it took me a very competitive route to get here. I had to push people out of my field just to get to this point where a lot of people have studied their whole entire lives to get to. All right? Everyone could speak English, everyone could talk, but not everyone can entertain the way I do. Fans are the best commentators. And if you try and be a fake fan and you're up here, you are out of here. You need to be a fan first so that you can entertain the crowd. And that's one thing I can do better than most people, even better than you. No,
yeah.
You'll get to my point.
But a serious one. You're
I'm also a very positive person. That's one thing you need to know about me. As my positivity, I've been positive since the beginning, since the college days, even to this point, even with my own NBA analysis team, even about you, that you'll somehow get better someday. But yeah, but I've always been the positive person. That's a big strength for me just to get to this point. You need to be positive about the team and analyzing. Now, let me go on to my life story here. It took me a long route to get here, even from the educational route. I didn't know it was all worth it in the beginning. It took me over $18,000 in education costs just to get here, out of my own pocket, working at a minimum wage job for an ice cream shop. You know that? Out of my own pocket.
Whole lot of bull.
Let me tell you something. At Valencia, every semester was $3,000, so it came out to $6,000 in total. And I can credit a lot of where I am today to my SLS class, the first ever class I took in the beginning at Valencia College. I've always had the passion to speak to other people, and I always had to entertain people, but I've always still had deep down in my thought that I couldn't do it. That I still had that fear of public speaking. So I can credit my professor and all my classmates for just completely abolishing that fear and told me it's okay to speak your mind. Everyone loves it, and that's what I do better than you. And second of all, I remember all the days where I would always go into the library studying my heck off on statistics classes and statistics for the NBA as an analyst just to get this for. So I'm also very mathematically inclined, as you may not think, but I'm actually, probably a little bit more than you. But it's actually pretty, but it was a really good time in Valencia. Second of all, then I graduated from Valencia with my associate arts degree, where I got to earn my communications and bachelor's degree for radio and television at the University of Central Florida. That really helped me a lot, and I thought I could make any job after that, after spending so much money and getting there. Did I? No. I applied to Fox Sports Florida 3 times. All 3 times they rejected me.
I wonder why.
So I asked for UCF if they can help me out. And they were perfect. They got me an internship in Philadelphia. I had to leave my family at NBC, the NBC Sports station in Philadelphia. So I have to leave there for a whole summer. And I came back down here saying, hey, you got Fox Sports Florida. You guys have just been my idol, the best sports outlet out there since I was a kid. I've always wanted to work with you guys. Will you take me? Still rejected me 3 more times. And then I went to go ahead and work at iHeartRadio. And then I snuck in a few times of sports commentating a little bit. And then, that was actually pretty likable over there. And then I also, after that, the NCAA tournament, they actually liked how I commentate. So I got to commentate a few, basketball games for the March Madness back in 2019. Do you remember when Duke went against UCF?
You were voicing that.
I was voicing that, and it was a significant time in my history as a local. As a local, Fox Sports Florida loved it. They saw how entertaining it was, how I got Central Florida fans going, and they took me, finally, after 10 years waiting for this moment, I came up here, and I cannot credit, I give all my credit, not just from my hard work ethic, but my school, my educational path, my job history, and my strengths. That's one thing that separates me from most commentators, and even my fellow anchorman right here, Dylan. I'm sorry, but I'm just the better one over here.
Oh, the better one. Look at this guy with big talk. Obviously, I still make the show higher ratings. Okay, you may have a hard time getting here, but hey, I have harder education, and I make the show better. But you know what? Keep talking. Anyways, that's the post-game report, or maybe I should say the Jake Reyes life report. Anyway, Shaq, back to you in the top 5 Shaq Tenafus of 2019.
Thank you for the post-game interview. Back to you, Shaq.
That's my life.
From Kobe's shoulders.
He's mad at that one. You're not mad at that one, are you, big fella? You can't be mad. I want to see Chuck. I want to see Chuck.